Today on CityCast Nashville, it's time for our Friday News Roundup. As always, we're wrapping up the week by reviewing the biggest news stories in town. And it's such a pleasure to introduce y'all to our new producer, Daniel Sumstein. He's making his debut on the mic today. Give a round of applause. Alongside our executive producer, Whitney Pasterek. Together, we'll be sharing snow day tips, discussing how automated license plate readers are leaking real-time video and vehicle data, awaiting updates on the transit referendum lawsuit, celebrating exciting news from Robert's Western World, and wrapping it all up with a quick Bonnaroo rundown. It's Friday, January 10th. I'm your host, Marie Cecil Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Welcome, Daniel, our new CityCast Nashville producer.
Woo! We're throwing him into the deep end with his very first Friday News Roundup. This is so exciting, Daniel. We're so glad you're here, but we're more excited because...
it's a snow day.
Snow day. Snow day.
Woo, Daniel brought the snow.
Seriously, it's our annual snowpocalypse. We get like one a year. Knock on wood. It's always about this time. And it's nice.
It's beautiful out. It certainly is. But let's quickly run down our tips for snow.
Yes, because it can quickly become not nice.
Yes, very fast here in Nashville.
Number one, how do you drive in snow here, Daniel?
I just don't at all.
Yes, that is the correct
ding,
answer.
ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Do not drive in snow. First of all, if you don't have a four-wheel drive vehicle, please just don't even try it. There are hills, you can't get up them. Second of all, if you do need to drive and you have a vehicle that can make it through, the most important thing you can do is scrape off the snow on the roof of your car. You think about scraping off so you can see. But as the nice people at Nashville Severe Weather always remind us, that snow on the top of your car can become a bullet that will launch into the windshield of the person behind you. So please think of others, knock the snow off those roofs. What else, Marie?
Protect your pipes.
Oh, yeah.
Drip that faucet because you do not want to experience frozen pipes. It costs a lot of money to fix your home. So just keep a little drip going.
Marie, I hear you've already had a power outage.
Yes, the other night my electricity went out and I could see my breath because it was 18 degrees out. And but it was amazing because I immediately went to nespower.com and they have several ways of reporting an outage.
Oh.
So I personally texted NES, hey girl, what's up? But all you have to do is text out. OUT to 637797. That's NESPWR. Or call 615-234-0000 and report an outage. And honestly, I reported it, came back on an hour later. So thank you, NES.
You fixed it.
I did it. But they texted back like, yeah, girl, we know. They did. They were like, yeah, we're aware. We're totally aware.
Daniel, you're kind of an outdoorsy guy. We know that about you. As we're getting to know you here, you're a climber. You love being in Shelby Park. What's one of your favorite things to do outside when it snows?
My wife and I, we live our house is in East and we're on this massive hill. So we try and take advantage of the sledding anytime. It's like our hill is a perfect sledding hill. So we'll go out in that. We have walked on Shelby Bottoms. It's honestly kind of like nice and surreal out there. There's not a ton of people walking out on the trail. So we'll take our dog Ryman out there sometimes.
Your dog is named Ryman?
Yeah. We adopted him. So it wasn't like our choice of a name. We love it.
It's a very popular name.
Yeah.
That and Cash. Lots of Rymans and Cash.
Yeah.
Cashes. But my last question about all of this is we've now got 40 snowplows up and running, in large part thanks to the Freddie O'Connell administration. They've added 18 new ones recently. But why have we not yet had a contest to name them? I mean, we knocked it out of the park with Demon Broom and the bike lane sweeper. I think we should be given a chance to name our plows.
Oh, the snowbird pusher. What? I don't know. Let me workshop that.
Okay. If you've got ideas for what our snowplow should be named, please email us at nashville@citycast.fm and we will, I'll text those directly to Freddie. He doesn't have anything else to do.
Well, that was fun. And again, I hope everybody stays warm and safe. All right. Fun snow time is over. Let's switch gears to a super fun topic. There's been a renewed call for license plate readers from some residents in East Nashville due to a recent string of car break-ins and thefts.
Yes, we've had a bunch.
Some folks believe the LPRs would help catch or deter the perpetrators, but others feel that it's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Nashville police arrested a group of teens suspected to be involved in the most recent round of break-ins. The suspects are between 14 and 16 years old. Police also note that there's also a rise in car burglaries and thefts during the holidays and when kids are out of school. And I want to mention that I witnessed a smash and grab, remember, last spring break right here in my neighborhood. So it's younger kids, with nothing to do or no place to go.
This is when Whitney yells about third spaces and how we don't have any of them. Daniel, have you personally experienced a car break-in here in Nashville?
I have not, but we got like a little ring notification the other day saying right up the street there was one, like a couple houses down. So
I don't want to seem cynical, although that does seem to be my role here on the CityCast Nashville podcast. But one of the first pieces of advice that somebody gave me when I moved here was leave your car doors unlocked and take everything of value out of your car. They are looking for guns. It's going to happen. I mean, my car has been rolled in my driveway multiple times since I moved here, but I've not had my window busted. But I think it's because I keep my door unlocked.
So you do keep it unlocked.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, I know that's what they say to do. I just bought a new car and I don't want to leave it unlocked, but maybe I will.
But I think that's fair. I mean, I was just watching the live news coverage from Los Angeles, where I used to live, about these fires. And one of the pieces of advice that the fire department gives is if you're evacuating your home, leave the door unlocked so that the, firemen can get in there and put stuff out if you're gone. And we all saw Steve Guttenberg.
I know, that was
talking
incredible.
about leave your car keys in your car if you have to abandon your car so that people can move it. But I understand the invasion of privacy that brings up. But are license plate readers the solution?
Well, I found it interesting that MNPD conducted what they described as a successful 6-month pilot program on their LPRs last year. But the Community Review Board and others countered by saying that the cameras were disproportionately placed in already marginalized communities.
The police definitely agreed with that assessment, though, because they said that the cameras were mostly put in, quote, census block groups with a higher share of people in poverty and people of color. And then they said that was where most violent crime occurs. Third spaces, I say once again. Daniel, you're new here. What's your stance on this whole thing?
I feel like it starts off with good intentions and then never ends up that way, like, oh, we're doing this for safety. But once put in the wrong hands, it's never implemented in the right way.
And of course, there was a huge story this week in Wired that started right off talking about Nashville, saying that Motorola, which is one of the companies that Mayor O'Connell is considering contracting with when they bring the expanded LPR program back to council this year, Motorola LPRs are leaking real-time video feeds onto the internet. It led off the whole story by saying that in just 20 minutes on Tuesday morning, a Motorola camera had captured license plate and make model data from nearly 1,000 vehicles.
Wow.
That was freely available on the stupid interwebs. Motorola confirmed the flaw and said that they're working to address it. And turns out that MNPD possibly just configured the cameras wrong.
That doesn't bode well. That doesn't start this conversation off well,
No.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the ACLU said this is a part of a general pattern where governments are inclined to roll out technical systems to meet the specific goals they have without thinking about, let alone working on the potential negative impacts that those systems have and doing the work that you need to do to minimize the negative impacts.
Yeah, this is something we heard a lot through FUSIS, right? Through the whole FUSIS debate, it was about guardrails, guardrails, guardrails. And the same Wired article noted that New Hampshire has a good LPR law, or reasonable is how they refer to it. Their law says that records from cameras should not be recorded or transmitted anywhere and shall be purged from the system within 3 minutes of their capture.
Things that make you go,
Yeah.
People, make sure that your electeds know how you feel about this. If you've got a neighborhood group, talk about it. Talk about how you want to handle things in your own neighborhood. Don't maybe insist that everyone hold to the same standards of security and surveillance that you're personally comfortable with. Try to listen to each other. Here I am preaching again. Let's move on.
And now on to a quick rundown of other Nashville news. Whitney, what's up with the transit referendum lawsuit?
Yes, this is a lawsuit filed by the Committee to Stop Unfair Tax. They claim that the Choose How You Move plan's inclusion of sidewalks and traffic signals exceeds the scope of what is allowed under the state's Improve Act, and that the mayoral administration misled voters about what the plan would cost. This thing went to trial in front of Judge Ann Martin on Wednesday, and Metro argued that there was no fraud. The Improve Act does permit the plans outlined in Choose How You Move, which it does. And they also noted that Nashville voted 2-1 in favor of the transit referendum, and that this is maybe something that should have been brought up before the election. But either way, Ann Martin promises that she's going to bring in a swift verdict because the transit referendum is set to go into effect on February 1st. Do either of you feel as though you were misled in any way?
No, not at all. I live off of Dickerson and understand that subways are part of transportation.
Are we getting a Dickerson subway?
No, sorry. Did I say subway?
Yeah,
I meant sidewalks. Oh my God. I wish we had subway.
That would be awesome.
The Dickerson subway sounds epic.
No, I live off of
Think
Dickerson.
how fast we could get to Walmart if we had a Dickerson subway.
Honestly, 7 minutes, I'd be there. No, I am totally for sidewalks on Dickerson.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, Daniel, what's next?
Well, folks, another Trump presidency is almost here, and we're already starting to see how it could impact Tennessee. On Wednesday, Governor Bill Lee confirmed that he would deploy National Guard troops to assist with deporting undocumented immigrants. If asked by the Trump administration, this is a decision that's stirring up strong opinions across the political spectrum. The Tennessee Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition said business leaders, economists, faith leaders, and legal experts believe such a plan would be disastrous. So, yeah, we're going to continue to monitor that. Clearly, the Trump presidency is already starting to take shape in Tennessee. So we'll keep you all updated there. For some more exciting news, Marie, do you want to tell us about what's going on with my personal favorite bar on Broadway, which is Robert's?
Yes.
This is why we hired Daniel.
You have to, yeah, first interview question.
What is the only acceptable bar downtown?
Downtown. Well, so it's been reported from Nashville Post that Robert's Western World is planning to add a second floor to accommodate a new restaurant concept.
Ooh.
And a third floor will also be added to house a new kitchen, office space, and a private rooftop terrace. Ooh la la. But before, let me put a stop to this. Before you start dreaming of having a Bud Light on the roof, like I've always dreamt of, co-owner Emily Ann Jones has said that the roof will not be a working bar, but used for back-of-house operations.
Womp womp.
I know. Does that mean VIP? Who knows?
Probably.
They are currently waiting on the Historic Zoning Commission to approve, which they believe will happen soon. Is this something that excites you, or do you think they'll be risking hurting a really good thing?
I'm biased. I feel like Roberts can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's going to, ultimately bring them more business, I know they're already so packed on like a Saturday night, it's impossible to get in there. But if they're going to open up a new restaurant concept, like for more people to hang out and just ultimately more people to gather there, I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree with that. I want Roberts to succeed far into the future. It just celebrated its 25th year, as we talked about last fall. Marie did a wonderful podcast with Smilin' Jay McDowell, who has been there from the jump, and you should go back and listen to that. But you're going to know where I'm going before I get there. Does Roberts need to be like all the rest of the multi-story honky-tonks downtown? Does it need to have a restaurant concept? I go to Roberts for the bologna sandwich. I mean, I just want a fried bologna sandwich and a pony and have that be the end of it. But, I could be wrong.
Mama's Meatloaf, what are they going to serve, I don't know.
Will it be a high-end restaurant concept?
Oh, please no. I hope not.
What if it's like a piece of like beautiful focaccia bread with a dome over it, and they take the dome off and it's just the smell of the grill?
What if there's foam?
It's micro gastronomy.
No,
The
please
Roberts
not.
concept.
Well, I will just read then a quote from co-owner Emily Ann Jones. Roberts will stay Roberts, and any changes would only improve or add to what we already are doing. And I trust them because they're also one of the ones that refuse to have like a Roberts at the airport or open another Roberts across town. So, you know, I'm totally here for it. I'm excited. I just hope it doesn't change anything already, but who knows?
Well, historic zoning, approve it.
Approve
folks.
it.
If anything, the recession special just become the inflation special.
Daniel, I'm just going to, again, toss it to you. We've got some exciting news about a certain festival coming to Manchester, Tennessee.
What could it be?
Sweet. Yeah. So everyone get your earplugs ready. The Bonnaroo lineup has been announced from Insane Clown Posse to Olivia Rodrigo. Never thought I'd see a world where those two are together, but they're also introducing the Infinity Stage, which looks super sick in my opinion. It's going to be the world's largest 360 spatial audio experience. Which begs the question, are we getting our own sphere in Tennessee?
No. The answer is no. What? I'm so sorry. No, I know. It's still really cool, though. So I reached out to my sources at Bonnaroo this morning, and there's actually a great article in the Tennessean about this. It is an open air concept, and it is not what some people might be thinking when they hear 360, where it's like a stage in the middle and then the people stand around it. It's a traditional stage, but the way that the sound is positioned makes it 360. So there's no confirmation yet on where on the grounds this is going to be situated. The festival organizers have said it will be within Centeroo. I read that in the Tennessean story, so it will not be in Outeroo. The Infinity Stage is also going to have a whole new list of artists that are coming to play it. They're still in discussion of who that's going to be. It will not be people from the lineup that was introduced this week. No, it's going to be a whole new slate of artists, and they predict that'll come out in January or February. But let's talk about this lineup that has been announced. Daniel, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I personally feel like it's a great mixture of like early to mid 2000s nostalgia. You've got like Queens of the Stone Age, Modest Mouse, but then a lot of the more modern artists, like we touched on Olivia Rodrigo, Tyler's going to be awesome. Talking to my friends who are in like the EDM scene, it's not necessarily my go-to, but I do love going to some shows in the EDM world. But the undercard with that genre, everyone's super stoked on that.
Is that why I don't know who most of those people are?
I mean, it is definitely an EDM heavy lineup.
There was a meme going around about, I think it was the Coachella lineup, where it was like, your Coachella age is your age, and then add one for every band you don't know. Or I was like, I'm 9,000. I'm really excited about Avril Lavigne. Sorry, I am. I really want to see Insane Clown Posse. I have never seen them live, and I love a Juggalo, but I don't know a lot of these other bands down here.
Same. John Summit, I know. He's this DJ that I follow on TikTok.
Oh, nice.
That is doing very well for himself. But Olivia Rodrigo, I love her, but I was kind of shocked to see her in there. But you go to Bonnaroo all the time, right, Whitney?
I do, and I always experience something new, and I love it so much. I love that they've also added this residency for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Mm-hmm. They will be playing a set every day over 3 days on different stages. I think that's super cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just always find something neat. I like to discover new stuff. Daniel, let's get to know you. What's your favorite band?
Right now, it's a band called Pine Grove.
Never heard of them. Yeah. I'm just going to go get into my rocking chair.
They are so good. Well, they broke up, actually, which is a huge bummer, but they're amazing.
As bands do.
Listen to all their albums. They're so good. But growing up, I was a huge emo pop punk kid. So the starting line is like my all-time favorite band. I've seen them a bunch. They were one of my like first concerts that my brother took me to, and they've just always been that band for me.
I do want to know what brought you to Nashville.
I used to do music stuff too. I toured in a band for a couple of years, and after the whole touring thing came to an end, some of my previous bandmates and friends, we decided like we're sick of our hometowns. We want to go experience something new. And that's how we ended up in Nashville. I know that's like such a common, basic pathway to Nashville. But yeah, we moved here in 2014 and I've been here ever since.
Oh,
Well, we're so excited to have you. It's a big deal for us to have a boy here at
At Women's World.
Girls Giggling Inc.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Thank you for jumping on the mic with our first Friday News Roundup of the year. I think you did a good job. Marie, what would you rank him?
11. Knocking it out of the
Really?
park right off the bat. We're so happy you're here, Daniel. Welcome.
I am so stoked to be here.
Aw, Marie, that was so nice.
Oh,
How would you rate me?
Whitney's a 74. She's
No, that's
so
just
far.
how old I am.
Oh, no. Oh, on that note, y'all, please stay safe. Keep warm.
Yeah, make good choices in the snow, y'all.
Yeah, see you sledding. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson. Our executive producer is Whitney Pasterek. Our brand new producer, like I said, is Daniel Sumstein. And our old producer, who we will miss tremendously, is Zoe Colkin. Our Hey Nashville newsletter editor is Margaret Kingsbury, and our theme music is by Prof Jenkins. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Toodles!